I don't know what you are dealing with in your life, but all of us face problems, whether wealthy or poor, city dweller or farmer, old or young. We each face challenges that we are powerless to solve. Sickness, heartaches, loneliness, addictions, poverty, fear, shame. No matter what problem you are facing, there is someone who can help you. His name is Jesus Christ. Many people have turned to him in time of need and received the help that only he could give. I will tell you 3 stories about people in Asia, like you, whom Jesus has helped. They are true stories, but we have changed their names to protect their privacy. First, the story of a young mother in Sri Lanka. Jaya worked in a small blood lab. Though the hours were long, she was happy to have a job to support herself and her young son. She had been married, but her husband was unfaithful and eventually left her to marry another woman. Left alone to raise their son, she had taken a job in the lab. Although she was a Buddhist, Jaya enjoyed working for her Christian boss, Ms. Anna. They soon became good friends. One day, while she was taking care of some work in the lab, Jaya suddenly felt an intense pain. She looked down and saw blood and 3 long cuts on her forearm. She screamed with terror and grabbed a cloth to stop the bleeding. This was not an accident. Jaya could feel the presence of evil spirits in the room. Hearing her startled cry, Anna came running to see what was the problem. She saw the fear on Jaya's pale face as Jaya explained what had happened. Anna responded, "Jaya, my God has power to command these evil spirits to leave. Let's pray now." As Anna prayed, Jaya felt peace flood over her. The spirits were gone. "I was shocked how quickly the prayer worked," Jaya says, "and I wanted to know more about the Jesus my boss prayed to. Obviously, he hears and answers prayers." The second story is about a businesswoman in Bangkok. Susheen was a young, successful businesswoman in Bangkok working in corporate sales. She was quickly being promoted in her company and took frequent business trips to other countries. But not all was well. She and her boyfriend had just parted. She had thought she would marry this man. Now she was alone and broken-hearted. Life became filled with darkness. She cried herself to sleep every night. Weeks passed and the world felt dark. Dreams were shattered. Susheen began to notice that the news was constantly describing horrible tragedies happening in the world. Even pop culture focused on life's disasters in its song lyrics and movie scenes. A mastermind must be behind these calamities, she concluded. But what about the good in the world? Was there a being behind it? She didn't know. One night, Susheen awoke, aware of a presence in her room. "I must have been dreaming," she thought, and she rolled over and closed her eyes. But she opened them again and looked and saw someone standing at the foot of a bed. She wasn't afraid. She looked into the kind face. He didn't say a word. She knew that this being was good. Reassured, she closed her eyes and drifted off to sleep. The next day, Susheen thought about her night's visitor and grew convinced that the being she saw was Jesus. She felt that somehow he knew her desperation and had come to help her. She wondered where she could learn more about Jesus. She had a strong impression to go to the Christian church that ran the English school where she had studied as a child. Later, as she studied the Bible with them, she learned about Jesus and how to seek his blessing and guidance in her life. Susheen knew she never needed to be alone again. Jesus loved her just as her own father loved her. The final story is about a desperate father in Malaysia. Cheng twisted uncomfortably in the seat of his Honda Civic where he had spent the last few nights sleeping. He would rather be by his son's side in the hospital, but the ICU department made it clear that only one parent could be in the room. Cheng couldn't sleep. He wasn't about to go home. Resting in his car seemed to be his only option, waiting for the sun to rise and visiting hours to begin so he could return to his son's bedside. Why did his son have a life-threatening heart condition? Why couldn't the doctors fix his problem? Would his son pull through and recover? What if he died? He couldn't bear to think about life without his only child. Fear gripped his heart. He felt so helpless. Tears streamed down Cheng's face. Was there no one to whom he could turn for help? Prayers to ancestors and visits to temples had brought no answers. Now the surgeons said the heart condition of his son could not be repaired even with surgery. Glancing at the seat next to him, Cheng's eyes rested on a small paper leaflet atop a pile of documents and other papers. Reaching for it, he remembered that a Christian had handed the pamphlet to him a few days earlier. Without really thinking, Cheng flipped on a light and began to read. The little flyer told about a God who created this world, one who loves us and who longs for us to take our needs to him. Cheng thought about what he had read. He was helpless. Could this God help? God, if you really are there, I ask that you do just one thing. Please heal my son. If you do, you will be my God and I will follow you. The next morning, Cheng entered his son's hospital ward. The doctors and nurses were buzzing around his son's bed. They were smiling and excitedly looking over the charts. The boy was healed. Now it's your turn. Are you struggling with work or school? Are you having conflicts with people near you? Are you sick or filled with worry or fear? Are you lonely? Are you powerless over an addiction or weakness in your life? Are you tired of the tragedies of life and want better answers? Jesus can help you. Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." That's found in Matthew chapter 11 and verse 28. You may not fully understand who Jesus is. You may wonder if he is real or not. But you can be sure that if you honestly want to know the truth, and if you really desire help, Jesus will help you. Simply pray, "Jesus, I want to believe that you are real and can help me. Please show me that you are real. I pray that you will help me with," put in what you want help with, "I need a God like you right now." Jesus wants not only to help you with your daily needs, he also wants to transform you to be a man or woman that is pure and upright. He has plans for your life. Ask him. When Jesus helps you, tell someone else about him.